Okay, so I was looking for a place to go on vacation, and I kept coming across city after city that kind of started to look the same. So I kind of thought, you know what? Where are some places that are really unique and cool that are going to be different experiences than you get anywhere else in the country? So I started looking, found some really cool places, thought I'd make a video to share with you guys. If that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned. You're going to want to see this list. Alright, so number 10 on this list is Leavenworth, Washington. So Leavenworth, Washington is a little Bavarian village tucked in the mountainside of Washington State. If you've never been there, it is so amazing. They have lots of little shops, beer gardens, lots of people like just on the streets walking around. They have German music playing at certain times of day too, where people just be outside playing. It's an incredible experience to go there. My personal recommendation, if you go to Leavenworth, is to check out the gingerbread house. They have amazing ginger cookies, lots of great desserts, and just in general Leavenworth, you'll find, you just walking around there, you'll bump into lots of stuff that you definitely want to go check out while you're there. Alright, so number 9 on the list is Pigeon Forge. Now, Pigeon Forge is definitely one of the more unique places. Okay, so I was looking at maybe going to Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and I was looking at where to stay, and I came across Pigeon Forge. And when I was looking at what they had there, it just was weird. So they're by the national park, so you can go see Great Smoky Mountains, but also when you're in Pigeon Forge itself, they have lots of really interesting events. So they have a couple weird, wacky museums and almost like little amusement park arcade type things. So the kids will love Pigeon Forge. But they also have Dollywood. If you've never heard of Dollywood, it's basically Dolly Parton, the little theme park. One pro tip, definitely check out the group rates. If you're looking at going with your family, it can save you a lot of money if you do that for sure. So if you're gonna check out Pigeon Forge, definitely look at mypigeonforge.com. They have lists of events kind of based on whether it's gonna be like the time of year or even like events or holidays. They have different special events. They even have like some museums that kind of have special exhibits. So definitely check out mypigeonforge.com just to stay up to date on all the stuff that you can do while you're there. Number 8 is no secret. It's Pike Place in Seattle, Washington. This is probably the most well-known on this list, but Pike Place it's really cool, and a lot of people go there because it is definitely different. If you've ever seen videos of people throwing fish, that's where that is. They have really cool shops there. They have fresh flowers, really fresh fish. They also have like underground, they have a store or a series of stores down there where you can check out anything from, they have political memorabilia, they have sports memorabilia, they have a bunch of even scripts, records, lots of really cool, unique things. And then also they have souvenirs from Seattle there. It's probably the biggest place people go there for souvenirs, so lots of that there. And the other thing people like to check out when they're in Pike Place, I don't know why, but the gum wall. Which basically, if you've never heard of it, people basically take their chewed gum and stick it on a big wall on this beautiful brick building. They like to cover it with gum. So that's what we do in Washington. Yeah. So it's interesting. I'm not a fan of it, but that's what people do. So if you're gonna go to Pike Place and that's what you like, then you do you. So next up on the list is Williamsburg, Virginia. Now, if you've never been, Williamsburg, Virginia, it's like a setting of like the old times in like the early settler days. So Williamsburg, when you're walking around there, you actually see houses that are built like they were back then in that time. You have places where you can actually churn butter. You can see people, I think, even sewing in some places. They have reenactments all over the place there. They have people there dressed up. When you go into the stores there that actually look like they would have back in the day, they have like really unique or really old-fashioned style for almost everything. So you're actually walking through and actually getting to see what it would have looked like to have lived in that time. It's really cool. If you're somebody who either has kids or you're a history lover yourself, it will actually make history kind of come alive to you. I went as a kid, and I'm somebody who tends to learn better through like experiencing things, and I definitely can say I got a lot out of going to Williamsburg. Definitely a great place to check out if you're looking for something that's a little different, also historic to go check out then as well. Okay, so for number 6, there's actually 2 places, but they're kind of similar, so I'll group them together. It's Tombstone and Jerome in Arizona. Now, they're not really close to each other, so full disclosure, okay? Jerome is up north, more by Sedona. It's about a half hour from Sedona. And Jerome is going to be like more of a ghost town. So they have places you can walk around where there's kind of nothing going on, but they have lots of tourist areas with restaurants and stuff because they're going to make that tourist money while you're there. But then Tombstone down south is going to be located closer to Saguaro National Park or Tucson. So if you're going to go there, what they have basically there is, this is the famous location where the shootout at the OK Corral occurred with Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp. So they have a couple reenactments of that. In addition to that, they also have a couple museums, places you can check out. Definitely look ahead for pricing if you want to see some of those, just so you kind of know what you're getting into for the day. And then if you're trying to decide, about how far they are from Phoenix, because you're interested in maybe going to both, they're both about the same distance. They're both 2 hours from Phoenix. So maybe your tiebreaker is, do you want to see Sedona or go to Tucson? Kind of up to you. But yeah, they both look like they have some really cool places, so you're going to definitely want to check them both out. Okay, so next on the list is Olympic National Park. Now, if you're going like, well, what's going to be unique about a national park? This one is going to be unique for a couple reasons. The first one is the microclimates they have there. So when you're in Olympic National Park, you can go through the Hoh Rainforest, and that is H-O-H, Hoh. And they also have beautiful mountains there. So you can go from being down, getting rained on, or even there's no rain, it's sunny in the rainforest there, to driving up and it's snowing in the mountains, and then going toward the coast and you get the breeze off the coast and the beautiful mountains coming down into the coast there in Washington. It's just really beautiful. And so you have a lot of different experiences you can have in one location. That's one of the things that really makes this place unique. The second thing is definitely check out some of the little stops along the way. There's a couple really cool rivers or waterfalls. They have even a hot spring or two in there as well. So definitely check out the stuff they have going on inside the park as well. And do your research so you can kind of see where you want to go. A couple places that most people check out is the Hoh Rainforest, the coast itself, and then also Hurricane Ridge is also another popular place to check out. So look them up. Okay, so this one is really weird to me, just to be honest. It's really weird. So imagine you're driving 8,000 feet in elevation in the Colorado Mountains. You're driving through, you see all these huge mountains that go up to about 12,000 feet, okay? And all of a sudden, you take a turn and there's a huge freaking pile of sand. It looks like this. So, Great Sand Dunes National Park. It's just so weird to me. So you're going in the mountains and there's a bunch of sand all of a sudden, right? People like to actually sandboard there. People love to stargaze in that area as well, it looks like. Also, when you're going to that area, don't forget they do have other places than just the sand. They have a little forest area you can go check out. And also they have a little really cool area where the runoff from the snow went to, where at certain times of year where the kids were like all playing in the water. So definitely check that out as well. And then also one thing to note, especially with national parks, and I forgot to mention this with Olympic National Park. When you go in, there is a day pass fee. I believe it's about $30 for that, or you can buy the America the Beautiful Pass, which basically gives you access for a year to any of the national parks, national forests, national recreation areas. So if you want to take advantage of that, you can do that. The other thing to be aware of as well is it is Colorado. There is sand, but do not think it is warm there. It is freezing cold. It's 8,000 feet elevation in Colorado. So don't go there in November and think you're gonna just go get this great warm experience because there's sand. It's not like that. It's freezing. Okay. This one, I'm not gonna lie, is one of the places I would really want to go on this list, and this is Mackinac Island. So it is an island, but there's a huge bridge that it's actually the third longest suspension bridge in the entire world, and it goes from Michigan all the way into the island in the Great Lakes. Now, if you want to get there, you can take that bridge, or you can also take the ferry. If you're gonna go there, make sure you check out the prices because there's a few different companies that do ferry rides there, and there's 2 different places you're coming from. So definitely check out where you're coming from so you make sure you get the right ferry. Now, none of this is actually what makes Mackinac Island specifically unique. The reason why this is on the list is actually in Mackinac Island, they have outlawed gas motor transportation. In other words, there are no trucks, cars, bikes, vans, buses, any of that. They don't exist on the island. So people get around by walking. I see people there on scooters, biking all over. Even one of the videos I saw, people were actually paying porters to put their luggage on the bike and ride it and steer that to their hotel for them. So it's crazy because you're going there. It looks like an amazing place to go for summer. Up in the Great Lakes, it's beautiful that time of year. And also it looks like at night, it looks like the city came alive too. Lots of different, restaurants and touristy places. So, be mindful. It could be kind of spendy if you're in a touristy area, right? But it looks absolutely beautiful to go check out Mackinac Island. Okay, this next one makes Mackinac Island look really easy and accessible to get to, and this is Stehekin, Washington. Now, for Stehekin, you may be asking, first of all, where on earth is Stehekin? Stehekin is located up in the Cascade Mountain Range in Washington. It's actually one of the places on the Pacific Crest Trail, if you're familiar with that. That trail goes all the way from Mexico to Canada, so it's a huge thing. A lot of people do that. I don't know why. It's really too long, too far to hike. There are only about 75 full-time residents in Stehekin, so not a lot of people live there full-time. But you might be wondering, okay, it's isolated. Okay, cool. What is there to do? First of all, it's a really peaceful little area. They have lots of apple orchards. It is Washington. They have fly fishing opportunities out there. They have beautiful rainbow falls, lots of hiking in that area as well because, again, it is on the Pacific Crest Trail. And then also, I believe they have a bus that takes you from the main area of town over to Rainbow Falls as well. So definitely check out a couple things in there. It's a beautiful little area. It's one of those places that definitely could be worth checking out, but it's so unique. I thought I had to put it on this list, even if you don't ever go there. It's just weird. They don't have a road to get there. That's just weird to me. All right, and number 1 on the list, to me, it wasn't even close. This is probably it's probably the most unique place in America, and it is the Northwest Angle. So, if you're wondering where this is in Minnesota, okay? But it's kind of more in Canada. When you drive through the top of Minnesota into Canada, if you keep driving, you run into Minnesota again. And this was an era when they were dividing the country between America and Canada, and they have this one place that's really isolated. That's supposed to be in America. It was supposed to be Canadian, I should say, but it ended up, becoming part of Minnesota. And so if you want to go to the grocery store and get basic necessities, you have to go to Canada. You have to go through customs to get to the other side. It's really crazy. And it's so different, like the lifestyle you'd have to live to be there. It's very remote. It's very small town based. And the locals seem to really love it. The population there, I want to say, is a little inconsistent with the numbers I've seen, and the most recent numbers I actually saw was 2010. Some said 90 that I saw, some said about 110, so it's a small area, but they seem to really like it up there. It's definitely just interesting to me, like to see how small it was. It's crazy. It is very, very different lifestyle living up there compared to anywhere else in the country. So that's why I just thought that had to be the most unique place that I had to see. Alright, well that's our video for today. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you enjoyed our video today, go ahead and drop a like down below. Also, if you have another place that you think should be on this list that's unique as well, go ahead and comment down below. And then also, if you're interested in videos like this, go ahead and subscribe down below. I'm new to YouTube here, and I'll be posting a little bit more. But definitely if you're interested in this kind of content, go ahead and hit that notification bell, subscribe down below, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.